Mrs. Pierce, we have just established contact with your dear departed husband. Listen.
Hello, Joan. Hello, Joan. 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 Joan.
You have just seen a spook crook in action. And he and his kind last year gypped the American public out of $125 million. That's an amazing statement. And it prompted Stuart Jamison of Orange, New Jersey, that's Mr. Jamison there, to send in this request. Dear Dart Baker, thanks for your courageous expose of card sharks last week. Our family would like you to expose the fakers among the spiritualist mediums. Would you dare expose some of their tricks on your show? Sincerely, Stuart Jamison. All right, Mr. Jamison, you asked for it, yes. Yes, we dare expose this, and we're very fortunate in being able to present to you a man very capable and eminent in the field who can expose this. And this gentleman is the director in the American Psychical Institute and is Dr. Hereward Carrington.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. I should like to say just here that I do believe in the reality of certain psychic phenomena. At the same time, all we spiritualist investigators know that there is in this field a vast amount of fraud, illusion, and nonsense. And as an example of the sort of thing you may encounter while investigating, I should like to show you some of the tricks which you may see presented by such fraudulent mediums. First of all, however, you might like to know how the bell and the tambourine were lifted into the air. Well, by a very simple device, a black silk thread and my assistant. They're raised in this way and float about the room. Just here, however, I will cut the threads connecting these two objects, and they are now free to manipulate on their own account. One of the commonest forms of psychic demonstration is what is called rappings. You take your places around the table, the fingers upon it, and if you listen very carefully, I think you will hear the raps going on. Listen. How is that done? By slipping the fingertips very gently over the top of the table, beautiful raps may be produced. You can get the same result by putting the boot heel against the table leg. The vibration runs up the leg, raps seemingly occur in the tabletop. Another common demonstration is what is called table lifting or levitation. The medium and his assistant take their places on opposite sides of the table with their fingers on top. And as you see, the table is made to rise and float in the air. How is this done? Both of us wear on our wrists cuffs, such as this, with a hook. If the hook is inserted under the edge of the table, you can see that the table is raised very nicely. Another method of producing this table levitation is by means of another hook here, supported by the neck. This, inserted under the edge of the table, will raise it, and you don't even have to have your hands touching the table at all. Among the commonest of demonstrations are those in which bells and tambourines float in the air, regardless of any threads. Usually this is in the dark. In order to simulate darkness, I shall cover these with a large handkerchief to shut off human vision. And nevertheless, you will see that as I hold the handkerchief here with both hands visible now, that the bell and the tambourine will play of their own accord. Now I will turn the handkerchief over, and you will see the rod and the fake hand into which I insert my own. But when I release my hand from this, I'm then free to ring the bell or produce any manifestation desired. One common form of demonstration is what is known as slate writing. Ordinary slates are shown blank and cleaned on both sides. You take the two slates like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces, place the slates together. They are held by medium and assistant. If you listen very carefully, you will, I think, hear spirit writing in process. Listen. Ah, spirits are writing a message. Let us separate the slates and see what is on them. Yes, a message from dear Granny. How is it done, you say? By many, many methods. One of the commonest is what is known as a flap. A flap slate on one side and newspaper on the other. The flap covers the writing. As I place this on the newspaper and lift up the slate, the writing, of course, is now here. It is placed on the top of the other slate, and naturally, when the slates are separated, the message becomes immediately visible. There are many, many other methods. This is one. The sound of the writing is produced by scratching my fingernail very lightly on the undersurface of the slate. One of the commonest of all demonstrations, which I will do last, is this trumpet. You've heard of trumpet phenomena. Now, voices come through this and talk to the circle in pitch darkness. If the medium talks into the trumpet, as he almost invariably does, you can see that by pointing the trumpet in different directions, the voice can come from the floor, from the ceiling, from this side of the room, this side of the room, and appear to wave about the room in various quarters and produce a very eerie effect. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to go to a fake medium's place and see phenomena such as those I have just presented, why, don't come to me. Just remember, you asked for it.